Charlemagnes, they will be headlining the event on Saturday. It's a Mega Celebration 4. It's at Farnborough Football Club. If you get your tickets in advance, it's a tenner.
That's a small booking fee.
Small booking fee. But what can you do? These people are selling, don't they? They've got to get their money somehow. But if you turn up on the day, it will be £13. But it's going to be well worth your money. So whichever way you decide to do it, that's the way forward. Anyway, we're going to get Ben on the phone. So all being well, let's listen to their track. Charlemagne's there with Possibility City, and they will be rocking Farnborough Football Club on Saturday. And I'm glad to say we have the wonderful Ben Harding on the line. How are you doing, Ben?
Hello, I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. Very much looking forward to next weekend.
Oh, it's going to be absolutely ace. I'm already getting excited.
Calm down, Ed.
I know. You can't stop me now. I've got a whole week to wait. So obviously it's Mega Celebration 4. And as we know, you have been sort of intrinsically linked with them over the years, going back to the Senseless Things days when you were tour buddies.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What sort of memories of that time?
It's just really of being a really kind of tight knit, close group of people. Then the Mega City 4 obviously for Senseless Things and Snuff particularly, we used to share bills all the time, and we would be playing in venues like the Greyhound in Fulham, and just all around the place, playing these kind of smallish venues, but they'd always be absolutely rammed, and it was just always such a pleasure because we were such great mates, and we were very much of the same kind of mind and attitude about kind of reawakening the live scene in Great Britain at the time, because the whole kind of music scene had become, I think, a bit kind of removed from fans, and I think what we all had in common was a kind of feeling that we didn't really have any airs of graces. This was about being with people of like minds, having a really, really good time. And the only difference was that we'd kind of got together into small groups and we can play our instruments a bit, So there was a kind of really mutually positive atmosphere about the whole thing. And between us and Megas, there was a really particular kind of connection. And it was just so lovely to play with them every single time. We just always had a blast,
I remember many gigs seeing you guys together, and Snuff, funny enough. One of my favourite venues at the time was the Old Trout in Windsor. Absolutely loved that place.
I can barely remember it. I think we played it maybe once or twice, maybe more than that. But I mean, like, for me, the 80s is like the 60s. If you can remember it, you weren't there.
Yeah, that is quite true. All I remember being a sweaty mess dancing around like a lunatic.
Perspiration did feature an awful lot. What the main feature in all those gigs was the sheer energy we all put into it, and pouring the sweat out of your Converse was a kind of every evening occurrence. Really horrible. I mean, seriously, I've got athlete's foot that I still haven't got rid of since then.
But Ben, do you remember the gig at the Greyhound, which is probably the hottest gig I'd ever been to? And I think all the drummers on the bill, including the Megas, Senseless Things, all the drummers passed out at some point in the gig, or threw up. It was just so.
Was this? Yeah, I think this was a gig we did with Celibate Rifles.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, and it was. You're right. I think that was the hottest gig I've ever played, and the ceiling and the walls were dripping.
Yeah.
I remember Cass came off stage and was really horribly dehydrated and swallowed a whole load of water, which just immediately came straight back up again and was immortalised on the pages of Select, I think it was, or one of those indie magazines at the time.
Memories.
So not really the way you want to kind of, be remembered. In fact, if he's listened to this, he'd be close to me for bringing it up again.
Bring it up.
To be fair, Cash never really went gentle with it, did he?
No, he didn't. He went in hard. I mean, and that was the same 3 years ago at Shepherd's Bush as it was 20 plus years ago at the Greyhound. It was. He's never been one to hold back. Put it that way. But yeah, terrific days. And all very cherished memories indeed. In fact, I was reminiscing the other day. I think there was one gig where I stood in, I think, for Danny at a Megas show, and I can't remember where it was, but I suspect it may have been at the Greyhound. But long time ago, and this memory just kind of came out of nowhere,
it was were good times, but you're still going, and you're still
rocking,
yeah, still rocking, yeah.
Yeah. So Charlemagnes, your new band, you joined them, didn't you? They were already going.
Well, yes. I mean, there's a kind of legend that goes with the Charlemagnes. I mean, the backstory in very, very heavy inverted commas is that this was a band that was originally around at about 1966, 67 in New Jersey. And they were so awful that they were basically kind of rejected out of hand by pretty much everyone at the time, and the whole kind of thing fell apart, and then none of this is to be taken seriously, by the way. And then what happened was basically the main guy, the head honcho, ended up living in a shed in Catford in southeast London, just down the road from me, in fact. And he's kind of, what he's done is kind of brought together some musicians, modern musicians, to kind of replicate and kind of reinvent this classic seminal proto-punk group, and that's what we're doing. We've kind of taken the places of the original members, and we kind of keep the old singer and songwriter of the band in a shed and cat food, and he in turn in cat food, but he basically in turn kind of feeds us with these classic kind of proto-punk numbers that would not have been out of place in 1966 or indeed in 2020. So yeah, that's really the kind of idea and really the kind of concept behind it.
Ask a question.
Don't
expect the answer.
And you're probably more confused now than you were before you asked the question. So
every day I get out of bed, I think I'm a little bit more confused than I was yesterday. Then, so I wouldn't be worried.
If you want a different interpretation of the way of this band, it's basically 4/9 of the faction, which is my previous band. But with slightly different roles. But the personnel is the same as just under half of the faction. So there you go. But with a slightly different musical approach.
So we're looking forward to seeing you live on Saturday.
We're very much looking forward to playing. We're playing the night before. We're playing down in Newport in Wales with the opening for the Bell Rays, which I think is going to be a really inspirational show. So hopefully it will be completely on fire after that.
Or knackered.
Yeah, or
Newport?
Both.
And
I've put my back out as well, so I don't exactly know how hard I'm going to be rocking this weekend.
I'm sure
I'll
Pete,
give it a go.
Pete can get you a stool or something to perch
I'll
on.
hold you up then.
No, that makes it worse. Makes it worse. I'm fine when I'm standing up, but if I sit down and try and get up, it's horrible.
Oh, you will be fine. Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure to have you on the radio show, Ben. Sorry to
lovely to be here.
to move on up. We've got some more music we need to play. I am actually going to play a tune by Snuff next.
Brilliant. Which one?
Nick Northern.
Okay, lovely.
I love that tune. So that'll be the next one up. But thanks you very much for being on my show. Most appreciate it.
Pleasure.
And I will see you on Saturday.
See you then.
Yeah.
Cheerio.
Cheers, Ben.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.